Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. So I wanted to go ahead and start off this stream with some of our back to school week headlines here. So this is what we're looking like. Morning conditions are going to be pretty much the same throughout the next couple of days. So you can see we're going to be dry from the rain, not from the moisture. Let me clarify that. But we're going to be warm, we're going to be humid, we're going to be in the low 90s the next couple of days here. The afternoon hours, they're going to be hot by the afternoon. The humidity will stick around. We have those storm chances into the forecast for the next couple of days, but those are going to increase, and the best shot of seeing some rain is going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is what we're looking like right now in terms of our temperatures. It's noon right now, a couple hours away from where we're going to end up being, and this is how hot it already is. 86 degrees in Batesville, 87 in Lunken as well as Batavia there. Our hot spot being Middletown sitting at 88. So really warm across the area. We're in that range of that 80 degree mark there. Now let's go ahead and talk about our dew points. I know we kind of talked about this on air, and I just wanted to explain it a little bit more for those of you who don't really understand what dew points really mean for us, because they look like temperatures, and really what it is the amount of moisture, how warm it would be. This is what we would need. This is what we're seeing outside in terms of our moisture. Let's look at this. We need to be in a range of around 50 to 60 for our dew points to feel comfortable outside with our moisture. This means that we have a lot of moisture in the air. Our dew points are up in the lower 70s in some places. Lebanon seeing 79 degree dew points. That is due to the fact that they have a lot of agriculture there, a lot of evapotranspiration in that area. So it's plants evaporating water into the air, and that's just adding more moisture into the area. So they have a little bit of a higher humidity, and they'll have higher heat index values when we factor that into the equation. So that's what it's looking like for our dew points right now. So it's very muggy outside. It'll continue to feel this way over the next couple of days with our mugginess here. So let's go ahead and look at what it's going to be like for the rest of the afternoon. 90 degrees our high temperature. We have that south-southwest wind. So again, this wind is bringing up air from the south, which is more humid and warmer. So this is why we're starting to feel a lot of that humidity. We have a lot of moisture in the air because we have that southerly wind coming into our area here. We have those stray PM chances of some showers and storms. And again, obviously, that sunset times are getting earlier and earlier here. We're continuing to lose a lot of daylight. Just means we're getting closer to fall, and also means we're going to have some cooler temperatures because that sun isn't going to be out for as long. We'll have longer nights, more time to cool off, so we'll have cooler daytime hours. So that is exciting for some people. I like the heat. I'm a little nervous to get rid of it for my first fall and into winter in Ohio here, but for now we do have that sunset time at 8:38. So this is what it's looking like out there on our satellite and radar. A little bit, some systems over to our west here, Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas area here, a few up in Chicago, making their way towards Indiana here. You can see a couple lightning strikes as well. We also have a system up near Michigan here. A lot of rain down to our south in Tennessee and North Carolina. So a lot of systems around us, but we're staying, mostly dry for the moment here. So this is zoomed in to our DMA. You can see some clouds starting to move into the area. But most of that rain you can see is up to our northwest there or down to our south. We're staying dry for at least the moment here. So let's go ahead and track out what it's going to look like when we do see some rain this afternoon. So this is 8:30. It's a little later than we're used to seeing some of these pop-up showers and storms. It is not unlikely that you would see one before that, just around that peak heating hour at 3 p.m. That's when we normally see these pop-up showers and storms. But this is saying around 8 o'clock tonight, so a little bit in the later afternoon hours, we might just see some of those isolated shower chances. Most people staying dry throughout the day today, but we can see just a few spotty chances. Again, 8:30 tonight. So Definitely throughout the day, staying dry. We're not going to really see any rain until the evening hours. This is really late into the night. This is midnight going into Tuesday here. So you can see just a few isolated shower chances. Most people staying dry and away from all of those chances of rain. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward into our Tuesday because we have a better chance of seeing rain into Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is Tuesday at 3:30. This is when we start to see some of those isolated pockets of showers. Here you can see a couple spotty pockets with some heavier downpours embedded in those showers. But overall, a lot of people staying dry from these spotty showers, but they won't be dry for long. We're going to have the widespread chance into the afternoon and evening here. So 6 p.m. again, you're out eating dinner. Very isolated storms expected. Some pockets of just some showers with some lighter rain, but some of those storms on the way. You can see a few of them over in Indiana still making their way on in here. Oh, I just clicked forward. We'll go back to where we were. I clicked the wrong button there. Okay, so we're fast forwarding now, 9 p.m. See, most people staying dry for the moment. There's a lot of those storms have cleared out, but we still have a few lingering heavier pockets here and there, just a few isolated showers and storms, but they do pick back up. So this is closer to midnight on Tuesday. We're still seeing some rain, so this is pretty late in the evening to be seeing these couple heavier pockets here and there, but this is a pretty big band of storms there. Isolated heavier pockets within that, and those will kind of spread out as we reach the really early morning hours on Wednesday here. This is 1:30 Wednesday morning, so before you're even up, you're probably still in bed from the night before. You can see a few of those pockets with just some heavier downpours embedded in them. Definitely could hear some thunder and see some lightning if you're up early enough, or if the thunder wakes you up, you might be able to see one of these storms. Those will continue to push towards our northeast there as we get into those almost really early morning commute hours. So this is those heavier pockets here. You can see definitely pushing through more northeastern counties there. We'll continue to monitor this, obviously, to make sure that it's not going to affect anybody's commutes to work, because it's looking like it's going to be cleared out by 6 a.m. here. But again, things can change, and we'll just continue to update you guys on those rain chances ahead. So that's what it's looking like for our rain. For people that really like to see this as a bar graph here, I know that's something that helps me out visually to see it look like this. We can see isolated chances for our Monday here. We have Tuesday showers and storms start around 2 o'clock, but those will linger into the early morning hours on Wednesday here. So we definitely have some storm chances increased for our Tuesday. More people will see rain for Tuesday. Wednesday is when it becomes more widespread. This is where our biggest chance to see thunderstorms happens. Some wider spread as well. So more people seeing rain, some heavier pockets within them. We're not expecting to see a lot of rain, but definitely heavier pockets included in that. Those will linger into Thursday. And then we start to see days that almost look like today. We have days with very isolated shower and storm chances. Very typical for the summertime here as we're nearing the end. I just wanted to show you guys the rain forecast. This is what it looks like. We're not really expected to see a whole lot of rain. This is for Friday. So this is from now until Friday about how much rain this model is expecting us to see. And it's really not all that much. A few people that see a couple heavier pockets or see continuations of pockets over the next several days, just pockets of rain going over the same area over and over. Hillsborough being one of those places, as well as Wilmington there. They're seeing about 3/4 of an inch, but a lot of people seeing about 1/10 of an inch of rain or less a day. So not very much rain, very short-lived showers and storms, but you can see there are a few people that are about 1/2 an inch around the area there. So it's definitely scattered. You can see that on our rain totals there. Scattered, very scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected today, tomorrow, and then they get more widespread. But they aren't very strong in nature. They're not going to last for very long in one area. They'll continue to be pushing through. So this is what it looks like right now. We were very clear just a little while ago, but clouds are starting to build on in. Maybe this will help shade you from some of the heat. We're feeling right now 87 degrees out there. You can see all of those fair weather clouds out there. It's looking like a beautiful day out on the river there, looking at our Queen City. So for the next 2 days, let's just run through this once again here. We're looking at 90 degrees for both days, but not really the same for both days. Today, we're looking for those spotty shower chances. Most of us staying clear, dry, just hot and humid for the day, but there is that isolated chance into the afternoon and evening hours, mostly the evening hours though. And then as we move into Tuesday, again, 90 degrees, but we have that more widespread rain chance expected. So let's go ahead and run through the rest of our day on our planner here. 5 p.m., 89 degrees. We start dipping into the lower 80s. By 9 p.m., you can see not much relief overnight. 77 by 11 p.m., so this will continue to make us hot and humid outside. And let's go ahead and get into the humidity, because really it's going to be pretty humid outside. We're not quite in that tropical range, but definitely pretty humid. You can see our muggy meter here. We're in that muggy category for the moment. You can see we were bordering on very humid the next 2 days. Then Wednesday and Thursday here, we're going to be back in that very humid category. If you can see over to our left side here, 50 and 60 range, this is when we're going to be the most comfortable. This is when it's going to feel pretty solid outside, air that you can breathe in. It doesn't feel like you're breathing in some water, but you can see we'll be around that range as we enter the end part of the week, but then we're going to start ticking back up. So just expect a couple rounds of humid air for the next couple of days. This is what we're expecting. It's going to be pretty humid out there for the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and show you this. This is our precip outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for August 18th through the 21st. So this is past our 7-day. And you can see we have a pretty normal conditions for our areas past our 7 days. So normal for us is what we've been seeing with these brief showers moving through, about 1/10 of an inch for people that do see rain, or less for people that don't. That is our normal for this time of the year, to see about 1/10 of an inch of rain. So we're definitely in that normal category, which is looking good for us, for people that don't like the rain really. On another note, a completely different side of the equation here, we are pretty active in the tropics for the moment. This is Erin, so it has now turned into a tropical storm here. On Monday is expected to be 50 miles per hour. You can see that starts to ramp up, and they're expecting it to be a Category 1 hurricane as it reaches Wednesday here. So we're just watching this over in the Atlantic right now. It doesn't have any threats for the U.S. at the moment. We're still watching as it develops here. We'll know more in a couple of days what's really going on with our tropical storm Erin. I also can bring up what we're looking like in other places in the tropics here, so everybody can see. There is Erin, well off of the coast of the U.S., as you can see there. But we do have 2 other disturbances that are out there. Let's check out disturbance 2 and 3 here. 10% chance of formation over the next 7 days, so not very likely of that forming. That is clearly well off of the east coast there. One that's a little bit closer to our coastline also has only about a 10% chance of developing over the next 7 days. So that's not very big, so we can draw our focus in really on tropical storm Erin here. If we click on it, we can see what the track is going to look like for us. So this, again, well off of our coast. We don't know if this is going to have any impacts for the U.S. until we get a little bit closer and as it continues developing here in the Atlantic, but we're going to keep an eye on this. I just wanted to show you guys, just to keep an eye on what's going on in the tropics out there. I'll go through one more time what it's looking like outside what those conditions are going to look like with our rainfall. Because we are expecting to get some rain today. This is what it's looking like out there on our satellite and radar. We're clear here, but we do have rain down to our south and some storm systems over to our west here. A few of those showers with some lightning over in Indiana, moving in from Illinois there. So seeing some showers and storms across the area. We're not seeing really any of that though. So we can zoom in, see that here. We can just see some clouds starting to build into the area. Again, we do have showers expected for the afternoon and evening hours, but everyone is staying dry for the moment here. Those shower chances are mostly going to be isolated to the late evening hours. This is 8 p.m. right before that sunsets. The sunset's at 8:39 tonight. So this is at 9 p.m. So right after that sunset, you can see a few of those isolated showers pop up here. And basically that's going to be the story for the night. Most people staying dry throughout the day today, at least the daylight hours is what we're expecting. And then those storm chances come in around 8, 9 o'clock. Those will linger around through midnight here. But again, most people are staying pretty dry throughout the day today. So we can go ahead and fast forward into Tuesday because this is when we have that bigger rain chance coming into the forecast here. So you can see this is 3:30 peak heating, right when we expect to see some of these showers start to develop. You can see a couple heavier pockets with some heavier rain included in that, but most people are staying dry around this 3:30 p.m. mark. But as we move into the evening hours, this will become more widespread for people. So this is what it's looking like around 6:30, around that dinner time hour. You can see some very heavy rainfall, almost to that flooding concern with a few of these. So we're going to see a pretty hefty amount of rain included in some of these stronger storms. But most people are seeing pretty light showers moving through the area. But you can see over in Indiana here, just a few of those stronger storms happening. So that's what we're looking like for then. And then as we move into 9 p.m., they start to dissipate a little bit. You're thinking, oh, these storms are over. We're just seeing a few of those showers moving through, a couple heavier pockets here and there. Most people staying dry around 9 p.m. But hey, just wait, because they do turn into some stronger storm chances into the late night hours on Tuesday. So this is 11:30 p.m. So pretty late. Most people in bed by now, near approaching midnight here. So approaching our Wednesday, you can see heavier pockets of some storms embedded in this cluster of some showers there. Those will start to break up as we reach the early morning hours on Wednesday. You see those heavier pockets still included around the area. A lot of people staying dry. Most of these showers and heavier downpours are going to be pretty isolated to our more northeastern counties there. But you can see pretty hefty amount of people seeing those showers and storms. 4 a.m. you can still see some of those isolated pockets, but most people are staying dry. This is especially important for people early morning commutes out there. It should be cleared out by the time you're heading to work. This is 6:30 tomorrow or Wednesday morning, so we've reached Wednesday 6:30. Most people staying pretty clear. We just have some clouds out there lingering around. So hopefully these won't be around for your morning commute. Obviously, we'll continue to update that as we get a little bit closer to what's going on. So these are our rain chances for the next couple of days. We have that isolated chance today. Most people, again, staying dry today. Just a few spotty showers out there, but they're going to be into the late evening hours around 8, 9 o'clock there. And then as we get into Tuesday, pretty widely scattered showers and storms. A lot of people will start to see these into the late night and early morning hours on Wednesday. You can see that turns into a scattered, almost widespread chance for Wednesday to see some of those showers and storms. And then into Thursday, we'll keep that chance. But then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is looking a lot more like today. So a lot more like mostly dry, very isolated showers, not seeing a whole lot of rainfall totals. We'll probably see about average for those days, which is about 1/10 of an inch across the area. But you can see these are pretty widely scattered showers and storms like we've gone over here. So you can see our rainfall totals are also widely scattered here. So you can see most people seeing a decent amount of rainfall, not a lot. Some people seeing upwards of 3/4 of an inch over in Hillsborough, pretty close to that in Wilmington. A lot of people seeing about a 1/2 inch. Our normal is 1/10 of an inch, so Batavia is seeing pretty close to that. But you can see it's pretty widespread, scattered chances, but everyone is on two different ends of a spectrum here. Some people will see a pretty healthy dose of rain, depending on if you see some of those heavier pockets of showers and storms, and other people will see way less because they only got one passing shower moving through the area. So this is what it's going to be looking like over the next couple of days here. I'm gonna run through what it looks like outside right now for one last time, because we do have some clouds building in. It's a beautiful view of the Queen City here. 87 degrees. You can see all those fair weather clouds out there. Maybe a few of those clouds trying to form some sort of rainfall here, but we aren't expected to see any of that until the late afternoon and evening hours here. I'm just reading some of the comments. Yes, I hope everyone is having a great start to your work week here. I think it's a pretty good start. I mean, I know a lot of kids have started school today, so a lot of parents, you know, you have a free day. You can go outside, enjoy this, hit the pool. It's going to be a great day. It's pretty hot and humid. Definitely t-shirt and shorts weather. Make sure you stay hydrated out there. Take breaks when you go outside. That's definitely important. All of those are great reminders for today because it's still going to be pretty hot and humid. We do have, because we have so much humidity, our heat index values are a little bit higher at the moment. I can pull that up here over the next 7 days. Because even though we're in the low 90s, it's still going to be pretty hot. Like I told you about the humidity that's outside. You can see Tuesday feeling like 97, but we're going to be in the low 90s. So definitely going to need to take some breaks. It's going to be pretty hot over the next 7 days with those heat index values feeling the way they are. It's expecting Sunday to feel like 100. So definitely take the proper precautions outside. Just because it's raining doesn't mean that it's still not going to be really hot and humid out there. So I just wanted to show you guys that as the last thing we look at here as we move into our 7-day. So this is our 7-day here. We're going to go through every day so we know what we're looking at here. For our Monday, we do have the red series the next 3 days here. 90 degrees will be our high temperature. Not much relief overnight. You can see 70 degrees are being our low temperature. So we'll ramp back up to the low 90s by Tuesday. This is when we have some of those more scattered showers and storms, a few heavier pockets here and there. We really tick up in our rain chances and storm chances, especially on Wednesday. So we'll really have those lingering Tuesday into early Wednesday morning there. 88 degrees will be our high temperature for Wednesday. And you can see we'll continue to have storm chances into Thursday. And then we start to get more seasonable. I know a little warm, a little over our average there for our temperatures. But our conditions outside will be way more pleasant as we reach the weekend ahead. So we have that another red series starting on Friday there. So it'll be pretty pleasant conditions for that series. We might have a few rain difficulties for this Tuesday and Wednesday Reds game, but obviously as we get closer, we'll continue to update you guys, especially with that Reds forecast. So that's what we're looking like for our 7-day here. I'm going to go ahead and take a full screen. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.